Lovely, so welcome back to this channel. If you're new here, my name is Belinda Strana. Thank you so much for all the love and support. Don't forget to please subscribe to this channel, turn on notifications so that anytime I upload a video, you will be the first person to be notified. And to my returning subscribers, to those people that share my videos, leave commentaries, and also educate each and every one of us, you guys are the real MVP. Alright, lovelies, let's dive into this video. So, lovelies, I came across this video on my For You page on TikTok, and I thought to share with you guys where this man is all out talking about how, my body, my choice. Like, this got a lot of people reacting to the fact that, is this actually what people wanted? Is this how the rest of the 4 years is actually going to be? Guys, I'm just going to roll the clip as well as some of all the stitches I was able to put together. Please leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video. Alright, lovelies, let's dive into it.
And yes, we control your bodies. Hey, bitch, we control your bodies. Guess what? Guys win again, okay? Men win again. And yes, we control your bodies. Hi, I'm your Republican congressman. Hi, I'm your Republican congressman. It's your body, my choice. And men, women again. Men win again. There will never, ever be a female president. Never. There will never be a female president, ever. It's over. Glass ceiling. Dude, it's a ceiling made of bricks. You will never break it. Your face keeps hitting the brick ceiling. We will keep you down forever. You will never control your own. You will never be the president of the global empire. Never gonna happen, sweetie. Your body, our choice. No more abortions. Yeah, that's right. No more abortions. No more food stamps. Sorry, honey. Project 2025 is back on the menu, and there's none of any of that.
Have you guys figured out yet that calling them rapists doesn't bother them? That's not an insult to Republican men. Actually, it's almost like a compliment because it makes them feel powerful to think that you're afraid of them. They want you to be afraid of them. That was the point. They want women and minorities and gay people to be as scared as they possibly can be. They want gay people back in the closet. They want women back in the kitchen. They want minorities either back in the fields or out of this country. They've made it very clear. They're not being quiet about it anymore. They know what they are. This was their plan. They know that they're rapists. They know that they're sociopaths. They think of us as animals for them to consume. Do you get it? This isn't an analogy. It's not hyperbole. They are going to drain the life force from everyone that they can for their own benefit. This was the plan. And you know what? Our own government let this happen. They gave them no consequences. When they said the quiet part out loud all these years, they kept saying it and saying it. They allowed this. They let them in. They let them through the door.
Hey, Sarah. Big fan. And I agree with you. His voice, ugh. Good evening, my app fat folks. I just gotta say this. That skid mark on white bed sheets is roughly around the same age as my son. Maybe just a little bit older. And if I ever heard my son say that about women, well, let's just say he knows. His jaw would be permanently wired shut, and he'd need a feeding tube.
That guy is a total obnoxious, ignorant tool. But at least he's being very open about how many men feel about women and about women in leadership. There's a reason they hate the Taylor Swifts and they hate the Beyoncés or ever be a female president. Never. That guy is a total obnoxious, ignorant tool. But at least he's being very open about how many men feel about women and about women in leadership. There's a reason they hate the Taylor Swifts and they hate the Beyoncés, or at least they put up with Beyonce because they think Jay-Z is behind all of her success. But I digress, okay? He is very, very genuine about what men think about women in leadership, okay? Besides being a total tool. But I think he's also a little bit delusional. Because if he thinks there will ever be a president with a last name like Fuentes, good luck, buddy.
If you have a preteen or teenage boy, you need to talk to them about this right now. Don't assume they know what it means, and don't assume that you raised them better than that. I will be the first to say that I have a 12-year-old boy. He's impulsive, he can be obnoxious, he likes to push boundaries, and he has been known to say things without knowing what they mean. So we've had some very serious conversations about what this statement means, why it is such a big deal, and what he needs to do if he hears it being said. Please talk to your sons. Keep our daughters safe. My 13-year-old daughter said that today at school there were boys everywhere wearing red Trump hats and commenting to the girls, "Your body, my choice." And I just want the record to show that I told her if anyone says that to her, she has my full support in punching them in the fucking face and kicking them in the nuts.
I just want to let you know this should not come as a surprise to you. Men have been telling us this. The whole purpose of my channel this whole time has been exposing this. Men don't view you as fellow human beings, and they hate being put in competition with you because it disillusions their idea that they are somehow superior. Maleness and masculinity as we know it, and as most men know it, is just the ardent absence of femininity. What being a man is just not being a woman. It's a lack mentality at its core. And what happens when somebody has a lack mentality at their core is they're going to try to control things and people and outcomes. I have been telling y'all this about men for the longest time. For the longest time, men are on the path of least resistance by default. And the reason that men want only be able to compete with other men and they want to like force women out is because women are the built-in safety net for men's feelings and ego in this patriarchal society, which is why they want to keep it that way. At the end of the day, no matter how low they are on the man totem pole, they can still say that at least they're not a woman. But all of that notion would be very quickly dispelled if there was a woman president. That notion would be dispelled if women were just allowed to continue to succeed and outpace the men. And the only thing that meant was that men would look at that and say, oh, okay, I need to do better. But instead, the entirety of our society looks at that and says, men are struggling. How are women going to fix this? Oh, it turns out women need to stay at home so that the men can stop struggling so much. The solution is never for men to better themselves. The solution is always to put women back at a disadvantage so that men feel better about themselves. This is just how men think. Your body, my choice. That's where a lot of that came from. They are entitled to the ownership of women. They're entitled to their labor and they're entitled to their reproductive systems and all of that. The reason that's been harder for them to claim in the more recent years is because women have actually gotten a little bit of ground to stand on, right? And they have more rights, more money, more independence, they're more educated, and they're choosing to stay away from men. Because a lot of times men are only interested in strong, powerful, educated women to see how long it takes for her to crack. It's like an exotic animal to them or something like that. But what they want to do is still subdue you. They still want to have power over you. That's why they try to trap you. A lot of men, instead of just admitting to that, they just want there to be less steps before they can trap you at all. They don't want to have to jump through all the hoops anymore. They're like, no. Oh, now I have to treat you right and everything. I got to take you out on a date. Oh, now 50-50 is not enough for you. Now you don't really need me. You have to like want me, which means I have to work on myself, which means I have to have hobbies and interests and an interesting like friend group. And like, most men would just rather not. They would just rather go back to a time when they just had built-in privilege. And that's the worst, most offensive part about it, is they want to control you because they so badly don't want to better themselves in order to catch up to you. They'd rather just pull you by the back of your shirt and drag you back down than admit that you're winning the race. It's really that simple. Let's not act like this is the first time that men have just sat here telling on themselves. You just have to listen. They say this shit all the time. This is not new. It's just been given permission and a voice. But if you knew, you knew, and you were prepared. Men are afraid of equality with women because they have seen that when we gain equality, we also outperform them. They're concerned that when we outperform them, as a general, that we will do to them what they have been doing to us for centuries, which is abuse and oppression. Because they're the ones that can't imagine a different future and a different way forward. All just a projection. Because really, they feel controlled by the power that you have on your own. Never forget that. These men have been sitting in their basement for 4 years, seething, because they've been forced to watch women succeed on a massive scale. They've been forced to watch as women outperform and outrank them in every fucking category. In all the institutions that were always considered rightfully theirs, like education, like the workplace, entertainment space, it's all been taken over by women. And these men have just been sitting there for 4 years waiting to get their grimy Cheeto-stained hands on a pen and a ballot and show you what's what. Because they had the option. And that's how easy it was for them to choose your oppression for their benefit. But again, this is not a secret. Men do this every day. Just that once again, Donald Trump has become a representation of something that men feel very strongly about. Men will never vote against their own interests. They rightfully felt like if Kamala Harris gets into that office and becomes a representation and a beacon of hope for all women, they knew they were cooked. They knew they were cooked. That's why they're like, oh, we win. They're like beating their chest right now. We win. It was never a competition. That's the sad thing. Like for women, it was never even a competition. It's not like we're trying to outdo anybody. We're just thriving. We're just doing our own thing. And men view everything as a competition. So they view this as women coming for them. And they can't handle that. Because again, they think that when we catch up to them, or when we finally have more power, whatever that means, we're going to do to them what they've been doing to us. And that's where it's like, not even close, baby girl. We would leave y'all in the dust every time. And we're still going to do that, even now. You can beat your chest all you want, but I'll remind you, ladies, the few rights that you do have left is the Second Amendment. So make sure that you exercise your Second Amendment. Because your body, my choice, can absolutely go both ways. If the law is not going to protect you, if men are not going to protect you, if your rights are not going to protect you, you need to protect yourself. Because that's how these men think and feel about you. And once again, it's all about to come out. And they're not even trying to hide it anymore. They're saying the quiet part out loud. They're trolling women's comment sections with this. They're screaming this in the streets. Because permission has been given to a man who was convicted of living out that slogan, your body, my choice, multiple times over. Please stay safe out there. You keep your Second Amendment rights on you at all times in case anyone ever tries to check you. Godspeed, ladies. I love you so much.
You know, people like that Nick Fuentes could very well be your congressman one day, or your senator, or your governor. And there are people that will vote for someone like him to be in a position of authority. Oh, wait. We already have people like that in all branches of government. But that's what this has always been about. It's not about preserving life or saving babies. Save the babies! No, it's not about that. It's like he explicitly states in that video, if you follow it back, it's just about controlling women. Watch the video.
Hey, you 52% of white women. That's y'all now. Don't call black women for help with that. My advice: don't even text them. Don't even send them a text. Don't, because the response you're gonna get is gonna be nasty. You can't pussy hat your way out of that one, now can you? But hey. Hope them steamies work for you. Because you on your own with that. I'm telling you, black women ain't gonna try to help you with that shit.
Hey, my TikTok friends and family. So now we got assholes like this out here saying your body, my choice. No. That's sexual harassment. So no girl should be going out here, no woman should be going out here hearing anybody saying that to them. Your body, my choice. That's sexual harassment. Tell your teachers, tell your brothers, tell your dads. If they can't do anything about it, call the law. That's sexual harassment. Don't take any more shit from these Republican assholes, because this is what the uneducated voted for. Unfortunately, the educated Republicans knows to keep their other halves over there uneducated so they can control them. So they voted for them, because as we can see from the statistics, the educated ones voted for Kamala. They voted for Kamala Harris, the educated ones, as we can see. So we know that the Republican educated ones, they know how to play the system. The dumb ones, they don't. So they know how to control and manipulate them, unfortunately. And that's something that we're not going to be able, because we are years, decades behind when it comes to education, when it comes to our public school systems, and on that level, because it's up to the states. There's no way, I don't understand how people don't fucking understand that a student in the top classes in Manhattan should be learning the same thing as a kid in the bayou of New Orleans or buttfuck Tennessee or East Jesus Kentucky or whatever the fuck ever. They should all be learning the same motherfucking shit. But for some reason it's not. And people don't understand that. That to me that's a grift right there. So, since it's a whole different level of education, because there's different levels to this shit out here, we're gonna have to let them know we're not playing. So no girl should be going to school hearing, ha ha ha, your body, my choice. No, bitch. Call 911. You're sexually harassing me. Because you're insinuating that you can grape me, bitch. And I don't like that. Don't play no games with these hoes any longer. Make sure you keep something on you. Learn your angles to protect yourself. Because if you know you can't outpower a man, learn your angles to protect yourself. Keep you some mace, an ice pick, or something. Keep something on you to protect yourself. Keep a wet piece of wax paper. Dehydrate some habanero peppers and crush them up. Cayenne pepper, black pepper. You put it in some wax paper. Use your nail to break it and smush it all in their face, because you gotta distract them. If you can't overpower them, you gotta distract them. Blind their ass so you can real quick and get the fuck on up out of there, or get you a way out. Distraction. Because if you can't overpower them, you gotta get the fuck out. You gotta find a way. Okay? So learn your angles. Like the girl said, take some self-defense classes, figure it the fuck out. Because we know how men act when they don't get their fucking way, and we know how they act when they're emotionally unintelligent. They don't know how to work through rejection. We have seen it. Women have been violated and taken the brunt over years. There's no need to go back to that. Protect yourself. Women, teach your kids. Teach your sons. Fathers, teach your sons. Uncles, teach your sons. So they don't end up 6 feet under, or blinded, or in the hospital with an injury that they can't recover from because they did something that they shouldn't have, or reacted temporarily off an emotion. Okay? We want to stop that shit. So, ladies, protect yourself. Be prepared, because people are talking about this 4B movement. I don't know who's going to get involved. I say, great. Go for it. Let's do it. I also say Christmas is canceled. Black Friday is canceled. They expect $75 billion. Why put money into this motherfucking system? They give not one fuck about you. They have shown that. I seen a video of a white woman today. She said, I'm at school dropping my kids off. I don't trust none of these bitches. Like, how are you going to recognize each other? We don't even know how to recognize who are the good ones out here. We do need a call or something, like hootie hoo or skit or something, bitch. We need something to like recognize, like, we're here. I got you, you got me, we good. Because there's a lot of ops out in this bitch. So we got to work something out. I don't know if it's going to be blue bracelets. I don't know if it's going to be a cat call, if it's going to be supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, bitch. I don't know what the fuck we going to do, but to recognize who is a goodie and who is a baddie. Okay? But we got to figure it the fuck out. So we know who to spend our money with, who not to spend our money with. Cause shit's finna get real. All them Latinos that voted for Trump, cause it's really y'all motherfucking fault too. When y'all tias and tios and abuelas and I forgot a lot of my Spanish, but when they start getting deported and shit, ain't no whining. That's what you voted for. Because a lot of people think them papers that they got is solid. The United States is good for reneging on shit. They love to renege on shit. Look at the history. And they love to change history as we're seeing it live. As we're living it. They're trying to change history. Pay attention. But ladies, back to you. Back to us. Protect yourself. Learn your angles. Get you some mace. Get you some protection. An ice pick. Whatever the fuck you can do to protect yourself to get away. Protect you and your families. Protect your daughters. Protect your sisters. Protect your mothers. Protect yourself.
So lovelies, those are the, stitches, the comments I was able to put together where a lot of people are reacting to the stage. A lot of women are reacting to the stage. Like, seriously lovelies, is this actually what people, wanted? Like, I really want to know what some pan-colored women and Haitian people and, also Hispanic people have to say about this. Like, I don't know if this man is it's all about joking, because you know how they say things, how they do things. They often come out to spew things after when they've been called out. They turn it to a joke, like it's all a joke. Like, I actually want to know if this is a joke, satire, or maybe this guy is being so serious right now. Like, does he actually know what he's, planting? Does he actually know the kind of seed he's planting? He's planting a seed that will affect both young, teenage, and all of that. Like, they all think that this is a joke, right? This is actually going to have some negative impact in the younger generation coming. And you will see a lot of young people, using it as, okay, it's so normal to harass maybe a girl or something and tell you that, okay, your body, your choice. Like seriously, is this actually what people voted for? Is this actually what people wanted? Like, I don't get it. How can someone comfortably come out like this to spew? I hope some of these pan-colored women are happy right now, because even if it's going to affect, POCs, black women the most, it's definitely going to affect them one way or the other. Like, seriously, lovely, is this actually what these people wanted? Is this what, this election is all about? Like, or is this a joke? I could actually remember when, so many of these jokes are flying during on and after the elections. I'll vividly remember that of, eating cats and pets and all of that being a joke, which they even use as a caricature. Like, is this one of the jokes? What about the issue of, island of garbage, which turned out to be a joke as well? Is this one part of the joke? Like, this is just being too extreme. I don't think that this should be a joke that should be taken lightly, because this statement, this trend is definitely going to affect every other person, every other race, be you black, like. But I just like the fact that, people that looks like me are actually minding their business until when they are being touched, or until when they are being called upon. This is when I think that people that looks like me should actually, have one or two things to say about all of this, controversy happening. Like, seriously, I saw that these people are not going to relent. They are just, going to continue to do things, to say things, to actually get people's reaction. And when this reaction occurs, they will use it as an avenue to do what they have been wanting to do for a very, very long time. I just hope that most of these people that voted for these people are very, very ready to see all of the consequences. Like, a lot of things have been happening of late. A lot of people have been receiving all sort of messages about, plantations and all of that. And this all started from the college. This is starting from the college. And anything that's started from college is something that really needs to be taken seriously, because before you know it, it's something that we never ever, or people never ever thought that might happen, will eventually begin to happen. Like, so this man is so comfortably, all out. I heard that he's actually into this podcast of a thing, and he is so comfortable to actually come on a social platform to say stuff like this, and people and the media is just looking at him, is just leaving commentaries like, this is just a broad daylight THERET. Like, seriously, and nobody is saying anything about if he can comfortably come out to spill this, even if it's a joke. What makes you think that teenage people, young boys, and all of that wouldn't use it as an opportunity to, like, women, most especially, really need to be very, very careful this time around. Women need to be very, very careful with the kind of people they got themselves involved with, what they do with their surroundings, because this is not looking good. It's actually not looking good at all. This is just so frightening. And I hope that majority of people that contributed for this stuff to keep on happening and repeating itself, I hope they are all happy. I hope they are very, very happy right now at the way at which things are going. I've been seeing a lot of stitches on, For You pages, and I'm just so thankful that, like, is this actually what people want? Like, is it that people are very, very so aware of all of this, but just go ahead to do what they feel is right? And with the margin, with the numbers, like, I don't get it. A lot of Pancala people think that one way or the other this might not really affect them, but they don't know that it might eventually affect them. It might, one way or the other. Everyone thinking that, oh, it's going to affect, more of these people that looks like me, black women, black people, and all of that. But you don't know that eventually black people will get used to it. They're already getting used to the system already. They're already getting used to being, and now they're learning on how to be on their own space. They're learning on how to create their own thing. It is actually the opposite. It might end up not even affecting people that looks like me. Then you are just there to face your dance or your music. Like, seriously. This is just so too much. This is too much. When I saw this, I was like, okay, this should actually be one of this, joke. These Republicans, they know how to crack jokes. So let's all just pretend and feel that this is actually one of their joke that they actually love cracking. But if not, I think it is high time, especially people that look like me. Minding your business is a very new, tactics this day. Only, get yourself involved anywhere that something has to do with yourself or your community or the people you care about, because I think it's high time people have to focus more on themselves, So like my favorite TikToker said, Thomas, do not call black women for anything. Black women will actually be on their, smart girl era, relaxing, probably going for holidays, chilling while you deal with whatsoever you brought upon yourself. So do not call upon, so let it just be so until maybe when it's affect them directly, like physically directly. Anyway, lovelies, why not just leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video. And please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. We are just here for educational purposes. If you've not subscribed to this channel up to this extent, please do your girl a huge favor to click on the subscription button, like this video, and I will see you lovelies when I upload the next one. Why not just subscribe, leave your thoughts in the comment section, and I will see you lovelies when I upload the next